One more hit and she's dead, and she's down. Okay. Party was defeated. You let him escape. I'm out? That was it? Alright. Welcome back to part 4, technically, of my Final Fantasy 1 playthrough. This is the Citadel of Trials I'm in right now. I'm not moving around, because God forbid I get into an encounter. Got Atlas, Johnny, Isk, and Amelia. And we're just gonna try... Let me double check my consumable setup. Got a lot of potions, only one high potion. Got a lot of ethers, so I don't really need the high potions. Got a few Phoenix Downs in case something goes horribly wrong. Yeah, I'm actually pretty good on the consumable front. So, here goes. Come bearing the crown. I forgot they did this. It's really weird. You can't get here before getting the crown. So as far as I can tell, this dialogue will never change, but it's interesting they bring up the crown. Bye. Alright, onward. I think it's to the left. Here we go. So, Citadel of Trials. It's kind of a maze. We have this little light maze right out the gate. And yeah, the enemies in here are no joke. These are zombies, yes. I did not take Diaga. Go me. Go with the Diara. Ow. I say ow, he only hit once, and that's the scary thing. Because one of these guys is going to hit like 3 times and just wipe me. And... oh yeah, he's got the fire sword, that's right. God, it's been a while since I played some. I'm trying to pick things back up. Oops, I really didn't need to use Diara again. I hope she doesn't go. There we go. Boom. Good amount of experience. So, part of why I bought so many ethers is ethers are actually really cheap in this game. This is like the only Final Fantasy game in which ethers are cheap and accessible. So, because of that... God, I worked right back to the start. Go me. I have plans for after this to go... I've decided, because I managed to convince a good friend to actually start playing through the Final Fantasy games, and hearing his commentary on like Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VI has me itching to play them so bad. He was struggling on a boss in Final Fantasy VII, so I had him send me his file, and I loaded it up, and I beat that boss, and just that one battle, that one little experience has me wanting to play Final Fantasy VII so bad, but I'm trying to play the games in order. That's 6 games away. So I'm going to try and accelerate the rest of Final Fantasy 1. I've been dragging my feet on it as is. So, right after this, I'm going to do a mad dash to get the Excalibur, because I think it'll be funny. And then I'm just going to go straight for the last few bosses, and god dang it. I am horrible at mazes like these. I always pick the wrong paths. I've hit every wrong path so far. Is it this one? I've already forgotten. Dang it! I'm just bad at puzzles, guys. Ew. There's gonna be 2 paths here, and I'm gonna pick the wrong one. So, Medusas can petrify. Just a safe bet right off. I don't even have to wait for them to hit me and actually petrify somebody for me to know. This can't be it. I should have saved. I'm just gonna go ahead hit him with Faraga. You go ahead and throw a heal rug, because we're about to get sucker punched into oblivion. You know, that was supposed to happen after we got sucker punched. $79 damage to Atlas. Atlas is rocking like all the best gear. No, don't flee. You can't flee from this battle anyhow. Go for the kill. There you go. What's in this chest? Gone. Oh, ho, ho. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. That's right, nobody can equip them, but it actually... that's nice. I'll showcase in the next battle. I'm so happy it's a preemptive. Boom! My first battle item, so Amelia can now actually do some damage. I'm trying the other path. Getting a lot of... I remember this dungeon being a lot harder. Oh, fudge. I got the kill. Here we go. I have no words. God. Nope. God. Every one that could be wrong, I got wrong. I am the worst. But hey, it was a nice experience, nice skill. I talk as if I'm almost through this. This is really just the first part. No, this is the brunt of the Citadel of Trials. From what I remember. Here we are. Let me make sure. Heal up here. Like, once I start hitting, I don't think it's the 10s where I'm really scared. That's it? I just get a rat's tail? Is there even a boss fight? I thought there was some kind of pseudo-boss. Those nightmares couldn't have been it. There we are. I found it, guys. I found the boss fight. That's not good. Bam! Alright, Citadel of Trials conquered. Oh, yep, that's right. Can't get the airship over here. I think I parked it. Did I park it up there? No, I parked it over there for once. Interesting. Let's see if I can remember which one is... It's not this one, is it? Here we are. Bravery with some consideration. I like how that animation just looks kind of unfinished. Like, it feels like he should open his wings. Look at that. They should open up and just stay open, and then after this whole class up thing, they should collapse, not just crappy half-arsed flap animation. Bam! Knight, Master, Red Wizard, White Wizard. Still only level 5. What the F, Ice? Atlas is level 3 though, so we gotta go get him magic. Mind your tongue. Looks within to measure a person's courage. Alright, alright, alright. Class up achieved. Ha! 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 I have a really funny story behind Null Shock and my Knight that I never told before. So, as was showcased before, when I defeated Lich, there was like a special dungeon that opened up. Well, that's one of the game's bonus dungeons, obviously. One of the 4 quote-unquote Soul of Chaos dungeons. And the thing behind each of those dungeons, each elemental archfiend, when I defeat it, will... Oh, excuse me. There's a desert over here? What the heck? Will open up a different special dungeon. Well... the first one... Oh, and each one has bosses from one of the other classic Final Fantasy games. Classic being pre-Final Fantasy VII. So, the Earth one has Final Fantasy III bosses. And that include... Okay, so the way the dungeon works, because I probably am just never gonna... I'm not gonna do them for this run. They're not gonna appear in the video. At the end of the dungeon is a room, and it has 4 bosses in it, and I basically have to pick which boss I want to fight. After that, it kicks me out of the dungeon. The thing about these optional dungeons is you can't leave once you enter them. You can't teleport out, you can't teleport, you can't warp out, you can't use an emergency exit. There's no exit until you beat a boss. Now, something I never knew about, or I didn't know about for the longest time, is that if you die in the dungeon, you get a game over, quote-unquote. It actually doesn't give you the game over screen, it kicks you out of the dungeon. So you're not trapped in a dungeon. You can just, if something is just absolutely too tough, okay, you leave the dungeon, you go get stronger, you come back and take it on another day. I didn't know that for the longest time. I thought that if you saved in there, you basically had to beat a boss or you were screwed. So, that's not the right town. This town. So, I go into this, on one of my old files, I had a party set up, I think exactly like this. I want to say it was exactly like this, except a ninja instead of a master. But right after I got the party upgrades, I turned around and was like, okay, I'm gonna go tackle this optional dungeon. So I'm like level 30, maybe 35 tops. The optional bosses are all pretty tough. Once you're able to defeat like Chaos, take on the final boss or something, they're not that tough, but for a level 35, not the best gear in the game, yeah, they are really tough. And I didn't know this. So I go all the way down to the bottom floor, where there's, a choice of 4 bosses for this particular dungeon, and I save my game. So I'm now unable, in my mind, I'm stuck there until I beat a boss. There's not even like random encounters or anything. So there's no way I can if I get a little last minute training in, no, nothing like that. In my mind, I am stuck. I have to, oh god dang it, I think I have to go to that other town first actually. Yep. Rip me. In my mind, I'm stuck there. So the 4 bosses all have a really, really powerful attack. I remember the boss in question that makes this story just funny to me is Cerberus, one of the 4 bosses. And his special attack was, I think it's called Thunderbolt. Basically does about 350 damage to each party member. So imagine having the HP values I do now and being hit with an attack like that. I got decimated. He destroyed me. I was screwed. Like, I couldn't beat him. The other 3 bosses all have a move called Earthquake, which is basically instant death on all of your party members. And as far as I can tell in this game, the only defense against death, like lowering the chance of insta-death working, is your level. Having a higher level than your opponent seems to increase the odds, or decrease the odds of death working on you. So being as low level as I was, literally I was losing at least 3 party members every time they used Earthquake, if not outright getting a game over from 1 spell. So I didn't stand a chance against any of them. So I'm sitting there thinking, God dang it, I saved myself into a corner, I'm gonna have to start over. I've put several hours into this file and it's gone, I'm gonna have to start over. And I'm sitting there, I'm beating my head against the wall. I've tried each boss multiple times, just hoping beyond hope that it just lets me do what I need to do. Yep, here we go. Release the fairy. And finally, I'm sitting there just like, I do not want to start over. And I'm looking at all my spells and stuff, and I'm looking at the white mage and the red mage, and I'm just like, why didn't I get the nullify spells? What possessed me to move forward without getting the elemental resistance spells? Because I'm legitimately screwed at this point. There's nothing I can do. And then I'm looking at my knight, and it hits me that I picked up Null Thunder on my knight. Not on my white mage, not on my red mage, nothing like that. Just my knight. And I have this epiphany, and I'm like, oh my god, please let it work. And against all reasoning, Null Thunder actually halves the damage from Cerberus' Thunderbolt attack, and it was just bearable enough that I could actually take on Cerberus, and I managed to beat him. It wasn't until I think my 4 monk run that I actually learned that that you can't be trapped in the optional dungeons, and I felt really, really stupid. But yeah, that was a clutch hero moment for the night. Like I was so mad. So now what I'm doing right here is I literally just did everything I need to do to go take on Kraken, the 3rd elemental fiend. He's in a flooded temple, so if you take a minute to think about it, this is really gonna hurt. Oh god, I love getting proven wrong. Thank you, game. He's in a flooded temple, sunken temple, something like that, whatever it's called, and basically, you can't just go straight there. There's a character who built this submarine because all the mermaids are dying, she wanted to save them. So she built this submarine, but you can't go down in it because there's no air. So what you have to do is, there's talk about this caravan that captured this ferry, ignore that, they captured this ferry and essentially the ferry lived in this wellspring, and you go buy the ferry from the caravan, it costs a crap ton of gil, and then you release the ferry and it gives you, I'm gonna actually look at what the key item's called because I don't remember, Oxio, and that allows you to breathe underwater. So now, with those two, literally with that one key item, you're able to go take on Kraken. We're not taking on Kraken right now. We're going in there for a different reason. We're going in there to retrieve a key item we need to reach the 4th dungeon, the 4th Elemental Fiends dungeon. The Flooded Temple Sunken... God dang it. The Sunken whatever is broken into 2 halves, and I didn't know this for the longest time. I got really lost and couldn't. Yeah, see, you have Oxiel. Please save the mermaids. Oh, and then she floats off because she is basically a ghost. She actually died when she went down in the barrel. But because we have Oxiel, we're able to go. I didn't know that it was split into 2 halves, so I actually found the way to Kraken, the 3rd Elemental Fiend, and I killed him, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm done. And then I had no idea how to get into the 4th dungeon, and I went everywhere probably 4 or 5 times, and I finally talked to this one NPC that's like, oh, there's a lot of treasure in the Sunken Shrine, and you know, it's on the upper levels. And I was like, wait a minute, upper levels? I went downstairs to fight Kraken. So I finally, after like hours of looking around, I come back to this dungeon, and I find a staircase leading up, and I just feel so stupid. So the whole reason we're doing this is, basically, we got the ferry to get the Oxiel, which gets us down here so we can get the Rosetta Stone, which is needed to get... I forget what the key item's called, but it's a key item from this race of people that we can't communicate with right now. And they give us... It's a key to this Mirage Tower. And then we have to go do another little dungeon. What the F game? We have to go do this other little dungeon that gets us another key, or it's like a battery or something, so that at the top of the Mirage Tower we can warp into the final Elemental Fiends dungeon, Tiamat's dungeon. And in there is adamantine, which is needed to forge the Excalibur. I'm real tempted to go get teleport. I'll worry about it after. Yep, here's the staircase. I missed that. I missed that staircase my first time. How can I... Well, you see, there was this magical fairy, and she bestowed some Oxiel on me. Diamond gloves! Diamond helm! Rosetta Stone. Yeah, I'm really glad I remembered that little path here. I've been lost on this floor before, so that was really nice. Yeah, I gotta come here with the Rosetta Stone to this guy. This is the Rosetta Stone. This makes it possible to decipher the Fenian. Yeah, so in the span of about in the span of about 3 seconds there, we just mastered a whole new language. And we're very fluent in it. Oh, I wanted to warn him. I wanted to warn him so bad. That boss... there's a boss in FF6. When you kill it, it casts Ultima. And it's not like a weak Ultima either. It's gonna destroy your entire party Ultima. And he was having struggles against the boss already. I knew he had no idea it was coming. I wanted to warn him. But, you know, no spoilers, right? And then it happened. feel so bad for laughing. Oh, oh, I feel so bad for laughing. Oh, oh, oh. I'm so happy. But I feel bad, but I'm happy. There's really no reason to yet. Lufinia. The descendants. The Sky People. Sid. Yep, Sid makes an appearance in this game, guys. 400 years after the fall of the civilization, the Sky Lord, bearing the light, will come forward to save our people. That's us, the Light Bearers, and the legend is true. Yeah, go us, with our light bearing. Once home, our answer. The Mirage Tower is a gateway, but how do we get in there? Another entity? Oh no! To a certain location, we sent out 5 warriors, but much time has passed since we heard from them. Oh! Okay, yep, nope. Not gonna spoil it. I know who those are. Blocks the power of wind. God, I wasn't gonna spoil it, game. I didn't realize you were going to. God dang it. Yeah, they're bats. Those bats in the, that chamber, Garland, you know, there's that mysterious little black orb, and there's just those 5 bats. Ah, here's the chime. I knew it was over here. Not the desert belt, just a chime. But hey, it'll let us get to that dungeon we so desperately want to get into. Okay. You guys literally just boxed me in. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave. Not worth talking to the rest of them. I was hoping there might be like a store here. God, you don't move. Hydras? Oh no! Whatever will I do? Wreck their face? Because I'm at endgame levels of power here. I could... Okay, I'm not quite at endgame levels of power. Equipment-wise, and, you know, with enough turns to do a setup, I could bolster my defenses through the roof and bolster my, which actually, speaking of, are you level 6 yet? Thank God. She's level 7. What is wrong with you, Ice Kid? Why don't I have Warp? I absolutely have to get Teleport before I tackle Tiamat's dungeon. Good job. You give me. I have been waiting. Take this cube. Tiamat. Flying Fortress. Please. The Warp Cube. Buzzword. Oh, onward! Mirage Tower. I don't care about any items, I don't need any equipment, I just need to make it to the top. Nope, we're turning right around and leaving. If I could soft reset, I would. This time for real quick. Okay, she can use exit from the Mirage Tower. Come on. To avoid casualties. There we go. I really have no interest in commentary for this point. I'm just going for it. Huh, robot. Interesting. Oh god, Guardians? Should have had her use the gauntlets. This is in no way, shape, or form worth it. Oh, and you didn't even one-shot him. Why didn't I just throw Farage at them, seriously? I can afford it, I have 99 frickin' ethers. And I should have followed it up with a Diarra. God dang it. Finish him. Nope, just attack. Just attack. Wasted so much time and effort. D-pad, I blame you for that. Alice, come on! Doing a ton of damage, too. Our friend left on a journey to the west. He took the warp cube and went to see our master. Who's your master? I don't think I ever stopped to question that. Well, this is scripted. But no tougher than the vampires. Use the warp cube to travel beyond the sky. It will take you to the flying fortress. What's that in the back? I can't interact with it. Onward! I'm a fan of this music. Alright, let's see if I can find my way to the admin table. Black Knights! Get wrecked. You guys aren't worth my time. You were a pseudo-boss to get the Levistone. That was like 6 dungeons ago. To be fair, the multiple vampires were giving me an issue. And they were a pseudo-boss like 8 dungeons ago. That was multiple vampires. They're just throwing the evil eyes one at a time. Here we are. Dun, 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 dun. Adamantine recovered. Exit used. Bye. Just checking something there. Gasp! Alright, Rich. Right. I'll use this to make ye the finest sword ye'll e'er wield. God, dwarven speak is beyond me. Wow, that was fast. Holy crap. Doing in all my years, I've never crafted a finer sword. Go on, take her, she's yours. Bam! Excalibur acquired. Oh, I gotta... Yep. Oh, look at that, look at that! Poor Ice can't wield the Excalibur. Such a shame, such a shame. And look at that massive attack difference. Just Dunsky. Man. Oh, he can switch to the defender. Actually, given where I'm going next, the Ice Brand's gonna be worthwhile. Well, ladies and gents, that's gonna wrap it up for this part. We got all the power we need. Coming up next, we're gonna be headhunting, taking down the last 3 fiends. Should be a quick, simple process. Just a lot of running around and killing. Yeah. Well, thank you for watching. See you on the next part. Eskins out.